Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing another collaboration with the Crafty Little Gem. We've decided to use the Enduring Beauty stamp set from Stampin' Up. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK. Today we're going to be making, this is my prototype, but today we're going to be making this little bag using the Stampin' Up. I made a shaker on one side just to see what it was like, and I stamped the image, this one here, and put it in with some acetate. But I have cut some out. I've stamped some acetate, and I have also stamped it on some white card as well. But I'm not sure which way I'm going to go with it yet. But as we go along, we'll do it. You're going to need a stamp, the stamp set. A piece of 12 by 12 card, a piece of card which is roughly 3.5 by 4, two of. That's the image I've stamped and coloured. I've actually heat embossed the outer edge. What I did was I stamped it in black ink, and then I stamped over it in embossed ink, and then put the embossing powder on, so it gives it like a raised edge. I don't know whether you can see that, but it does give it like a bit of a raised edge there. You can feel it's like bumpy. I have stamped in StazOn on acetate. I'll just turn that over, then you can see it. There, you can see that. Stamped on acetate there. But I've also stamped on acetate using StazOn and embossing. This is heat resistant acetate out my stash, but I have stamped on that as well and used. But I think if I can show you on here, you'll see what I mean. Let's see if I can line it up. It should do. It's the same stamp set, so it should do. There we go. So, can you see? There. Anyway, so whichever way you can just use, you don't have to use the acetate. But I'm going to make it into a shaker, I think. And then, obviously, that's stamped and coloured, so you need that. Some Terman tape and some ribbon of choice, depending on what cardstock you use. Now, I have cut 3 lots here because I'm not sure which colour I want to use. I've got the black, I've got wild wheat, and I've got lemon lolly. So, yeah, let's get started. It's quite simple. There's 2 scoring and the rest is folding. So what you do is you take your 12 by 12 cardstock. I actually saw this on Pinterest. A lady I can't remember her name. For the light, I should have wrote it down, but I can't. Anyway, she had seen it in a 6 by 6 and then did the measurements for a 12 by 12, but I couldn't find an actual tutorial how to do it out of a piece of 12 by 12. So I thought, there we go, I'll do that. So here we are. So you fold it in half, corner to corner, in half again, corner to corner. So you've got that shape. You've got 4 triangles, or you should have 4 triangles. And then you're folding it edge to edge one way, like so. I'll just burnish these, make them a bit stronger, because they are going to need folding in. And then edge to edge again, the opposite way. So then what you should have is 8 triangles, like so. Now what I did was, on one of them, I bent it back the opposite way because it has to come in on itself. So what we do is you get your 2, fold it backwards, just burnish it, get your 2 edges, bring them together. So then you've got a piece that looks like so. So you've got one big triangle now, but it looks like that from the top. So this is where the scoreboard comes in. Get your scoreboard or your trim and score and put it in, and then we're going to score it at 4 1/4 here. I might be better off with my trimmer actually, because that doesn't seem to be going through the... I think it's because the cardstock's a bit thick when it's folded. So I'll just get my score and trimmer out. So put your point to 4 1/4, which is... Am I saying put your point to 4 1/4? We're going to score at 4 1/4. 4 1/4 is there. So I'd even got it in the wrong place anyway. That's some good, isn't it? Right, no, it's, yeah, 4 1/4 is there. So then I'm going to score that, like so. And then it's going to be 7 3/4. We're going to score it at 7 3/4. So put that to 7 3/4, which is roughly about there. I hope I've done this right now. Yes, it looks level. Then turn it over. Sorry, 4 1/4. And 7 3/4, which is there. Right, these are just scoring marks to make it easier to fold the paper. So then what we're going to do is, on the scoring mark, you're going to fold that one over and burnish it like so. And then what we're going to do, this edge here is going to meet up with this edge here. So just, if you can, either just put your bone folder in so it helps it crease. And then, yeah, I don't know if you can see that. But then that meets up to that edge like so, up to this point here. Can you see that? That just... So you basically got one triangle there and one triangle there. So they meet up like that. So I'll do it again. Where your score mark is, fold it over, burnish, give it a good burnishing, and then this edge here is going to meet up with that edge there. I find it easier. I mean, you can put your bone folder in to help, but I find it easier just using my hands. Make sure it just goes up and not over that edge, because that's going to be the edge of your bag, which is this here. We're creating this section. That's what we're doing. So you should have something like that. So turn it over. Repeat the process on the opposite side, making sure the edges line up, like so. Give it a really good burnishing. And then this side, at least my mistake's on the inside. It was in the wrong place. Oh, and then this one right up to the edge. Sorry if my head's in the way, but I just need to see. So So then what you've got is like this arrow. Give it a really good burnishing. Because otherwise it has to be for folding. Right, so what you've ended up with is like this giant arrow. And it looks like that from the top. So what we're going to do beforehand, we need to make this bottom flat. So now then you can either score it if you wish, but I recommend not doing that. But if it's easier for you, you go ahead. But what I do is just open it up, put my hand in and find the point, and then just put my finger in and just go round, like, just gently, just so it's round them 4 edges, like so. So it just makes it flat, like a box. So that's what you end up with, like that. Right. So then what we're going to do is we need to, before we do anything else, before these are going to fold in, basically, like that. But before we do that, we actually need to just glue on our pieces of cardstock. This is why. Right, so this goes in there like so. Now if you find it a little bit long, you can trim it off. So I'm just going to glue that in there. When I find my glue, which is here. Oh, I'm wrecking my craft room. Right, so I'm going to put that on there. And I'm going to do that with both sides. Like so. It just makes it easier. You can slide it in afterwards, but it is a lot harder. Because I tried that when I did my other one. Just, there we go. Like so. And then we'll do the opposite side. Like so, and we'll just let that grab hold a couple of minutes. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to put the coloured image on one side and the acetate image on the other side to make it into a shaker. Now what I needed to do was cut this down, which should be, oh, I'll tell you what I will do. I will try and fussy cut it on camera, which is something I haven't done before because I have a shaky hand. And it tends to you can get the dies. I didn't purchase the dies to go with it. I wish I had done, but I just got the stamp set. I mean, you can just cut it square and put it over the top, but I want to be able to see some of that yellow. Just cut that excess off. Now my fussy cutting isn't great. Like I said, I have an electronic cutting machine, which I usually do it on there. Makes life a lot easier for me, especially if you've got arthritis in your hands or you've got a tremor. But luckily it's first thing in the morning and I'm not doing too bad. By the end of the day I'm like a quivering wreck. So that's because I've been using my hands over the day. Spilt many a cup of tea or a coffee, or a drink I should say, because of it. But anyway, that's life. Give me a second and I won't be long. I mean, if you don't want to see me doing this bit, you can fast forward to the next section. But I just thought sometimes it's nice just to see the full process. Because everybody seem to have everything already cut out. Or already, I did the colouring because it takes me a while to colour and I don't think you want to see that. Some people can fussy cut all in one, but you more or less let the scissors do the work and you move the paper and use the back edge of your scissors, which we're getting there. Yes. Probably won't see much of the yellow because it is quite a big flower. I think it's beautiful. I don't know whether it's a poppy or not, but I have got yellow poppies in my garden, so I thought, oh well, it might not be a poppy, it might be something completely different, but there we go. Now I might have to trim a little bit off the edge of the leaves there and there, looking at it, which if I just snip, you're not going to see it anyway, so if I just snip that bit and makes it fit on a bit better, it will have to be, that's that bit there, and probably I'd rather have more at the top. I'd rather see the top then, and then probably that section there. Right, so that's going to be the front of my bag, so let's glue this on. Like I said, this is the embossed. They do embossing, Stampin' Up do embossing beholder and a heat tool. Now I have to get this back in the right place. Just down a little bit. Ooh, there we go. So as you can see, there. But what's going to happen is some of it is going to get covered. So it is going to end up looking like that. But what I want to do is I want to put a piece of acetate. I don't know whether to use, well, I won't be able to use it. I'll put a piece of clear acetate over and I will make the bit in the front in between. Just grab a piece of acetate. That one probably can go in the back then. Yeah, so I'll use them for another project. So we need a piece of acetate, which was, what did I say it was? 3.5 by 4. 3.5 by 4. I'll just cut a piece. 3.5. Oh, yeah, 3.5 by 4. Is that right? It certainly is. So then what I'm going to do is, I've got some red tape here. Got some red tape. So I shall just, I can't even see that. That is, let me just get a scrap piece of yellow, then I can see my acetate. No. it's got a bit of a raised, it's a bit thicker this than normal double-sided, and if I'm making it into a bit of a shaker, not a lot, but you don't want it too thick on the edges either. You could use foam tape, but you don't want it too thick because this has to fold in like that, and you're going to have bulk anyway. So I shall just put a bit of this on. That's why if you only make one side into the shaker. Oh, I've stuck it to the, never mind. It'll stick to the bag. Yes, I've just used some red liner tape. Right, that's out my stash. Oh, trim that bit. Right, so this is going to go over the top, she says. Have I cut that short? No. You won't see it anyway because it's clear on the inside. Oh. My pokey tool, where have you gone there? Just release the backing paper if I can. It's very sticky, is this? Very sticky. There we go. And I don't really want to touch it with my fingers because it leaves fingerprint marks. And I just want to do just go halfway on that side and halfway on that side. And let's see how we go. So now I am attempting this on camera, so we shall put that on the bottom of there and line it up the best you can, because you don't want it going over any edges. And then just release those off. I know I've got that there, but that doesn't matter because that will fold in. That will fold in there. Right, I shall just give that. I mean, you can open it all back out if you wish, because you know where it's folding. So then we're going to put in some little... Oh, now I have got some frosted dots which have got the yellow in, and these are from Stampin' Up. I think they're retired now, but I'm not sure. Can't remember. Unless I write everything down, I'm not. And they've got the black in as well. I think I'll use some of those. Might be a bit thick. And I have got some out my own stash, which I like little sunflower beads. These might be better, they're a bit thick, I think. Yes. Right. So now I have to get the backing off this, which shouldn't be too difficult. Porky tool is very handy. There we go. So what I shall do is like so. So So there we go, yes. That's what I wanted. And I've got a bit of colour in there as well, as you can see. Yay! So then, what we're going to do is, that has to be inside that corner like that. So then what you're going to do is you're going to just push it over, right up to that edge, like so. Same on that side. So it's like that. So you're creating the box. That corner actually goes inside this corner here. So you do it like that. And then you just fold it over right up to that edge. So that creates your box shape. Like that. Like so. Wish I'd have just kept the black bits now and not put the coloured in, but never mind. And then just give it a good burnish. Like so. And what I'm going to do now, oh, move them out of the way. I am going to glue these down, I think, ready. So I'll put a bit of glue, I don't know if you can see, put a bit of glue on the inside of that triangle, just to stick that together, and then a bit on the outside. You can use Cheran tape, and then there we go, like so. You don't need to glue this, so we'll do that one again. Bit on the inside, bit on the outside, fold it over, glue it down. So that's one side, and that's your shaker bit we've created. There we go. So then we will go on to the opposite side. Now then, you can leave this plain. You can leave it just that and have that as your front. But I am going to use one of these acetate sheets, I think. Yeah, and we'll cut that down. We'll cut it down first, and then I will glue it on. What did we say it was? 3 and a... Now I'll have to get this equal. 3 and a... 3 1/4, wasn't it? Was it 3 1/4? Oh, my brain, I'm brain dead sometimes. 3 1/2, sorry, 3 1/2. So where's 3 1/2 on there? But that's going to cut half the flower off, so we'll go this way around then. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just cut the flower out first, as much as I can. Oh, why didn't that go to end? Let's cut the flower out first. Right up to the edge of the flower. And then... So this is why I said I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. So I need to cut it up to the edge of that flower. It all depends on your bag, what you actually do yourself. So I want the whole of the flower, as you can see, so I need to cut that little bit off there and a bit off the top. So I will give you the final measurement when I've done it. Because I did already, I stamped the flower without cutting the acetate first. I just stamped it and hoped for the best, as I do sometimes. Right, so it's just on the edge of that tip of that leaf. There. Right, so the final measurement should be, yes, 3.5 by 4. Of course it is, because that's what the other was. Like I said, some days my brain just does not function. How are we doing for time? Oh, nearly done. So then we're going to put that on there. Which way up it goes? That way, sorry. That's the way the flower goes. But I am just going to use a bit of tearing tape on this because I'm not making it into a shaker because I've made the front into the shaker. And you won't see this. Just like the other. I can actually see this acetate a bit better because it's been stamped on. It would help if I wore my glasses, but I never seem to. And this one, because you're not making it into a shaker side, you don't need tape on all 4 sides. Just top and bottom. There we go. Yeah. Right, now we have to get this right, otherwise it will look wonky, and we don't want that. So if I put that to the bottom of the yellow, because we can always trim the top if we need be. But we don't. There we are. I feel like I've got that flower upside down, but I haven't. And then, like I said, identical to the other side, we're just going to create that. I mean, you can make both sides into a shaker if you wish. So you're just folding over, in, and fold it over. So you're creating that. You can score it if you wish to make it easier, but I'm trying to uncomplicate things. Right, so that, oops, I'm shaking. That is what we should have. Just see if I can get that. My card, I think I've used a bit thick. I've used basic black, but it just seems a bit thick. Because I thought the black and the yellow went very nice together. So I am just going to put a bit of glue on the inside of that triangle. You don't need much of this glue. There we go. Same on that side. It looks more complicated than it is, or I'm making it look more complicated than it is. And that wasn't my intention. There we go. So let's glue these down. It's either that or I'm struggling with my fingers today. One of them. Thought the dog had come in there. Right. Bit of glue on there. There. Like so. Oh, not like so. Like so. Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. All the fun and games. Right. There we go. So then we have that. Yay! We got there in the end. So then we have that. Now then, it's these sections here. Now then, I'll show you how to do them. You could either have it like that, or you can have it like that. So it's a 2-in-1. You've got a tote bag or a Mary Poppins style bag. So to create the Mary Poppins style bag, all you do is put your fingers in and pinch it together, and it automatically creates that effect. If you want it a bit more rounded, just put your fingers in like so and just pinch it like that. That's all I did with that other one. But just making sure you don't unflatten your bottom. Right, so there. So, yeah. Right, so then what we need is a hole punch. Oh, I better move them before I end up knocking all them little beads off the floor because I haven't put the lid on. Right, so I've used this, and I go in about 1/2 inch right in the... I did go in the middle on this one, but then I found out my closure were too... It could do with being further along. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. You learn by your mistake. So I'm going to go about 1/2 inch down. Yeah, 1/2 inch down and towards the edge. There. Yep. So I'll do that again. 1/2 inch down. And towards the edge, yep. And then there we have our 4 holes ready for the ribbon. Now then, this is where I didn't know what colour ribbon to use, so I did cut 3 lots. But, pardon me, I think looking at it, I think I'm going to go with the black. You can use paper, and obviously you would just put that with your paper like that, but I would use Brad's, where the holes are. Let's just see if I can get this through. Probably takes me a bit longer to do a video than normal. Just got it at an angle there, because my fingers don't grab. And it's frustrating. Right, so just pull it through. I think these are about 12 inch long. And then just tie a knot. And then another knot. So you make a big knot. And then cut the end and pull. So then make sure you get your ribbon straight, depending on how much. We'll thread this one through. They're not really fabric scissors, but doesn't do them any good when it's supposed to be for paper. You're supposed to have separate scissors for fabric. And I can't get this one through. Come on. Pokey tool, see? Pokey tool is very handy. Now then, depending on how long you want your handles to be, I think I'll mine a bit shorter. I think I'll just do it to the bottom of the bag. About, keep rolling, about there. So I will do exactly the same. Make a knot. Like I said, you can always fast forward, or you don't have to watch this bit. So that's one handle. And then we repeat the process on the opposite side. So we do it so. Trim. I will seal them edges afterwards. Yeah. The opposite. Oh, that one worked. And about to the edge. We need them equal, so if you just put your bags, that looks about equal. That way you can get it right up to where you want it. There we go. Then you can pull it through like so. And trim. Oh, my desk is looking a bit messy. What am I doing? Who isn't a messy crafter? But we don't want to see it all, do we? We'll just shove it all to one side. There we go, clean again. Right, so that's, so we've got that. Now you can leave it like that if you want, like I said. But I've used a 2 3/8 circle punch, and I'm going to do, I think it needs, I'm going to cut. Why won't you work today? Oh, it's right. I think it needs a bit of WD on. So I'm now going to, this is a scallop circle punch, 2 3/8 punch. Oh yeah, it definitely needs a bit of WD on that. And then I just put it over like so. Get my crease, or fold it in half, whichever way you want. That's more or less off anyway. Yeah, just fold it in half. There we go. You need a Velcro dot or a magnet, whichever you prefer. Whatever's easiest for you. Right. Should get a Velcro dot. Now, I can never remember which way Velcro dot. Right, yeah. So it's the fluffy bit on the top, the hook bit on the bottom. Fluffy bit on the top, hook bit on the bottom. Now then, I'm just going to put a bit of glue on either side. You don't want it right across because you don't want it on your acetate. Like so. And then just fold it over. Sorry, I'm out of shot again. I've just glued that on the back of there. Or I attempted to. Yeah. Give it a couple of seconds to grab. I always keep forgetting I go out of shot. It's because I'm in my own little world. And then I have put a Velcro dot ready. Squash it together. And then try and get it in the middle as much as you can. Mine looks a bit off centre, but hey ho. And then I have got some little pearl and stick on pearl things because I don't have black. And these are already got backing paper on. So we'll just pop that there like so. And there we have the little bag. I think I've got one ribbon. Might have to do. I think I've got one ribbon just slightly longer than the other. But it's not a problem because I can just put another knot in it and make it smaller. Yay, she says. That's better. So there's the Velcro dot. There we go. That's better. And there we have the little bag. Now then, in it, this is going to go to somebody, but it does fit. Why is that? Oh, do not. Right. It does fit a bath bomb and a pair of exfoliating gloves, and I put the bath bomb on the side and the exfoliating gloves in the bottom. Squish it together, hold it, and there we go. And there we have a nice little gift bag using Enduring Beauty. Hope you like it. If you like what you see, don't forget to comment and subscribe so you'll be notified, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified next time I do a video. Yeah. So thanks for watching and bye for now.